but you don't look sick. Have you ever heard someone say this to an individual who lives with an invisible disability? It is a phrase that we hear all too often, and it can be really frustrating as a person living with an invisible disability. Invisible disabilities can take many forms like lupus or Sjogren's or fibromyalgia or chronic fatigue syndrome. And just because a person doesn't look sick doesn't mean that they're not. Here's a couple of other examples that we hear too often. You're too young to have that, especially to a person with an arthritic condition. It's all in your head for somebody who's looking for a diagnosis or might be a seronegative patient. You're just being lazy, or you're on vacation for somebody who is currently on a disability program to try and help them manage their autoimmune disease or chronic pain. And one that I've gotten before is that I look too young to need that disability parking spot, even though I have a valid disability placard. These comments can be hurtful and dismissive, and it can make it a lot more difficult for people with invisible disabilities to get the support that they need. But it doesn't have to be this way. And as an ally to the disability community, here are some alternatives that you can say to the things that I mentioned earlier. You can say something like, "I believe you. What can I do to help?" You can tell a person that they're not alone. You can thank them for sharing their experience with you. Or you can just ask them, "How can I be a better ally to you?" By choosing to use kind and compassionate language, you are helping to create a world that is more supportive and understanding for people in the chronic illness community.